crazy, go crazy, go crazy, no crazy,
Yo, what's good? Quickly shown in here, we got 2 really easy chapters to cover this week, and with One Piece out, I don't know. I was gonna say I find a vacancy just because it's a break week for One Piece, and that's just usually how it goes for that. But I don't know. I kind of feel fulfilled this week. You know, I mean, let's just get into it real quick. Starting off with My Hero 350, 4 right now? 355? 353? What? So the fight between Dabi and Todoroki is over, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I can't say that. It was a really good fight. Like I said last week, I thought we were gonna just see more named attacks from Dabi, but it seems like, you know, the predicted, not the predicted, but like the clash that we saw coming, which is like fire against fire, like the ice used to, obviously the Todoroki's ice side, which he's been building up to being able to like master, is finally mastered in this fight. So it does make sense. I'm not mad at it at all. It was a beautiful fight, and you know, like again, like I've been saying for the past couple weeks now, traditional shonen fight, not mad at it, just you know, just familiar, which is good, right? Because in terms of familiarity, we kind of move around the rest of the battlefield, which kind of reminds me of just like how One Piece has been wrapping up, you know, its arcs, where it kind of just gives you certain people, like where everyone's at and stuff like that. So we get the all-around reaction of all the heroes to the ending of the battle, which I find pretty cool. Just a quick question: is this Momo? I don't think it is, but if it is, I mean, like, she's already done. Like, it seems like she's pretty shot just by, like, you know, dealing with the fodder, I guess. But hey, man, everyone's got to do their part somehow, I guess. You can see the remaining heroes kind of use that as motivation to take out not that fat ass. No, not that fat ass. Okay, that's the fat ass they're trying to take out. It's cool that All Might kind of like brings it back to earth. The way that he reacts to Todoroki's results. It's not like, yeah, this is a good win. It's like, I still know what he has to go through to get this win that's against his brother. It kind of brings it back into reality. So you can see All Might just behind the stands. Like, it's weighing down on him. Like, he's still able to help out. But, you know, you can tell that he feels like he should be there, or just like, you know, none of this should be happening type of thing. I wonder if, like, he still feels like guilt for just not being able to fight. Okay, another question. Is this, like, the first villain that we saw in the series? The one that kind of like had Bakugo trapped? If so, like, what the hell is he doing in Tartarus? He seemed like a really low level criminal. But while we're here, I guess, this is a fight that's taking place in front of the Gigantomachia, which is, I don't know, maybe that's a teaser. I don't think that you're just gonna leave out, you know, one of the aces of the villain side just completely out of the battle, especially just after we showed how lethal he is last fight. But I guess, like, if this battle in this area just becomes about the win condition is do not let Gigantomachia out, do not let the villains let him out, then I can see that also working. Like, if he's left out of the fight entirely because that's, like, you know, the reason that they're there, you know? So one of the heroes in the other areas just before this mentions how they lucked out not having to fight Kunieta and Ghastly. Ghastly, I think, is the person that we're seeing here, the one who, like, completely triggers Pinky. Not that Pinky, dude, get the fuck. He completely triggers her by mentioning, you know, the death of Midnight. But I wonder if, you know, this is Ghastly, right? Because we get Kunieta at the end of the chapter, and it seems like, you know, even though she's kind of triggered, Red Riot pops up on the scene just in time before she acts out of, like, you know, emotion, and maybe slips up and either gives a detail that the villains could use, or, you know, makes herself open, and then, you know, boom, villain now has Acid Woman out of the battle. So I wonder if their dynamic or their relationship is going to come into play here. Shout out to Bakugo, though, for finally giving Todoroki some props. You can't give him props in person, but, like, by himself, he's just like, yeah, that's what's up. Like, I like that. I like that Bakugo's, like, still a little childish in that way, but we can at least see him, you know, giving credit where credit's due. Then we just move on to Kunieta, who I guess is going to be matched up against Aoyama. I'm down to see that. Because, yeah, I guess Aoyama did already play a big part in, you know, how the heroes were able to get the jump on AFO, but hey, man, if he shows his guts, he's able to, like, you know, throw hands with someone, or I guess throw bellies, then I'm with it too. I'm totally down to see him, you know, get a W here. I almost completely forgot about this last part of the chapter. Not this last part, but this part of the chapter with what's his name, dude? I don't care. But he's cool. you could see, you know, him doing what he was expected to do, which is like, you know, lead the mutants, and he's kind of like, you know, leading the charge there, doing what he's supposed to do. But I kind of like this one panel that we see him talking about Dabi, and you see the nothing in his mouth, like what he wants to say, what he's thinking, but can't come out. Like that was just a really nice touch there. Seems like Todoroki's pretty much out of the fight, at least until the end of it, right? Like, I don't know. The way that he looks here, it's just kind of like he's done. He's gonna need a hospital bed. He's tuckered out. Let him be. Unless, you know, we can get old Granny Smooch back over here. It's kind of weird though that the hero here is just questioning why Dabi's still alive. Like, yeah, dude, that was Todoroki's whole goal, was to save his brother, not to kill him. You know, if worst comes to worst, he's gonna have to kill him. But of course, he's still alive. Hopefully, that doesn't mean that he's just gonna get up when, you know, he becomes conscious and become a problem again. Also hope it doesn't mean that if he does get conscious, like before the end of the fight, that, like, you know, he does something to save the heroes. Like, I don't know, that would be whack. The only way I would really accept that is if, again, I'm going back to this damn theory, is if, like, we get the Dead Man's Parade and, you know, some vestige of what's his face pops back up, and, you know, it takes Dabi to kind of like convince him that, hey, no, like, work with the good guys. That would have to really be executed properly, but I doubt it's gonna happen anyway. And then finally we get back to our great old piece of shit AFO trying to, like, you know, tempt MC Endeavor. Anyway, trying to tempt Endeavor here, and, you know, it doesn't work, but hey, I kind of like it. He's gonna talk his shit, do what you gotta do, and it's cool that, like, you know, the last picture in the chapter, last page of the chapter reflects the cover page, which is a beautiful cover page. I love that. I forgot to mention that. Okay. I can't spend too long on this next one because I might start crying again, but yo, bro, Jujutsu Kaisen 185, I don't know. I read this, like, when it came out at, like, 2 a.m. or whatever time it comes out. I was probably late anyway, but I read this at, like, 2 in the morning, and since I didn't see the black bars around it, I was just like, okay, this isn't a flashback, so please don't tell me, like, this is Panda's farewell, right? And especially the chapter title is called Bye Bye. I'm like, damn, dude, this is Panda's farewell. Okay, let me backtrack real quick. Gage told us, I told you this like 3-4 weeks ago, Gage is going to show us how to deal with his character specifically in a fight. And he did exactly that, right? We get Panda versus Hajime. This is a complete wash, one-sided duel. Right before that, we got Hakari versus Charlie, which is like, I get it. There's a whole barrier to get through with the first couple of pages, but it plays out like a nice fight. Complicated, but it's a good fight. And it gets off screen for the ending. Cool, maybe we get a flashback next chapter just to clear up how it ended there, but I guess I got copped out here or I got saved here because the way that he kind of ended up showing us how to write a great fight or how to treat your characters during a fight is the psych out here, right? The chapter title is called Bye Bye. And then we get like a quick glimpse into Panda's like relationship with his siblings right before they're taken away from him. So what we think is Panda's farewell, it's actually their farewell from Panda, and it's in the writing. It's literally there. There's the meta reference there for you. And it's great. Also, I finished Opus. Oh, it's not on the wall anymore, but Opus by Satoshi Kon, which kind of ends in like it's a metafiction. Read it, please go do that. But yeah, it's a great reference here. I love it. Dude, this nearly, I was in tears. I was just like Panda's brother here, or here, right? I have to start remembering where these things are at. But I was like Panda's brother here, and I don't know, man. Once we got to like the headless scene, I was just like, no, dude. Because last week I was just coping off the fact that, hey, the points didn't pop out. Panda has to be okay. But oh man, they really got me. Like, there was someone in the comments here saying like I was afraid to read the next panel. And so was I. But hey, man, Hakari pops up to save the day. The hypest moment of the chapter, right? It makes you really like care for Panda. Like, you don't see it coming because to our knowledge, Hakari's in a fight. And I mentioned this before, pay attention to the times. We didn't get any timestamps in this, so it makes perfect sense that he pops right in. So, oh man, Akutami's amazing. He's goated for this. And I'm just gonna reference things that I said before, right? Like, I didn't mind a panda chapter. We got 2 panda chapters here, and one was like, oh my god, that's funny and cute. Oh my god, Hajime's here. How's he gonna square up? And then this chapter was all just like, dude, don't kill Panda right now. Don't do this to us right now. We're not even over Yama's death right now. And then boom. Which is funny too, because like what seems like the spirit of Yama pops in to take away Panda's siblings here. That's why I initially was like confused about whether or not it was a flashback. Because I'm like, if Yama's here, maybe this is the creation of Panda, right? This isn't like I guess the core is being taken out of him. This is actually the melding of the souls. Hey, I'm taking you guys away from Panda because you're gonna be made into a completely different being. No. This is quite literally the process of his decapitation, which is wild, man. Wild. Shout out to Hakari though. You could see that, you know, he's on a lucky streak, so he's pretty hot. He comes in pretty hot and heavy, and Hajime can feel it because Hajime is just like, oh, don't get me started. I actually can get a real fight now, so I'm with it. We got to see what the hype, you know, the Hakari hype lives up to it, like in terms of, you know, again, what Yuta says about him. Like, he's just stronger, if not stronger than me when he's fired up. So we have to see that come into play. Hajime is a perfect person to test that against, so I'm all for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, One Piece is on break. This is where One Piece would go. But you know, we gotta wait till next week for 10:50. But I do have a video dropping around Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna say Tuesday because then it's gonna be Tuesday. But I have a video dropping on Tuesday to make up for the lack of One Piece this week. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I'm out of here. Once again, I am Weekly Shonen. I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week until I see you next time. And yeah, as always, be safe. Bye.